I just sold an item on a brand new platform that I've never sold on before, ever. Monday afternoon, I've been procrastinating this, I've been putting it off for ages, but let's get on with it. I've had a weekend of orders, Saturday, Sunday, and a couple today, Monday. Hit the boot sales yesterday, hence the massive lava lamp. This is in a video to come later this week, mark my words. Just warming up now. I've sold not one, but 2 items on a new platform that I've never sold on before. Well, the platform's not new, but it's new to me and my business. £250 worth of orders on there as well. Again, if you are new here, my name's George. Channel's Retro Reselling, and I basically buy and sell second-hand stuff mostly as my full-time business. This is my living. Go to boot sales, charity shops mostly, but also hit auctions, buy from Vinted, buy from eBay. Wherever I can get a deal, nice and cheap, I'll bring it out here, picture it, list it online, sell it, and it's out the door. And I'm about to pull my weekend orders so you can see exactly what I paid for something, how long it took to sell, and what it sold for. Sold on 3 platforms this weekend. We've got eBay, of course, so when I sell on eBay, take note of eBay fees, which is roughly probably 12 to 16%. I do promote between 2 and 5% after like a month or so. Second platform, free fees, Vinted of course, we've got a handful of them. And the third platform that I've sold on this weekend for the first time, Reselling. 2 orders there, we'll leave that till last. An absolute couple of corkers there. So we'll start with eBay, of course. The bread and butter is still the king. This time 10 years ago, it earned 100% of my business. When I was sort of part-time, almost been a decade of being full-time, not quite, that's next year. But when I was part-time, still learning the trade, eBay made 100% of my business revenue. But now it's split down, so obviously there's Vinted, Reselling now, if that carries on. I'm not currently doing Depop, not really, not too much. YouTube, so it's got a share of the revenue of my business income, but that's exactly what I'm looking for. More different pots instead of one big pot that could be taken away at any moment. You don't want to rely too heavily on one platform. You need to spread out as much as possible to spread out risk. It gets the most sales, so we'll start with eBay. We're starting off with a hat. £4 at a boot sale. I believe I've got 3 hats for £12, so £4 each, and sold one. I think this might be the second one that has sold. In the accessories box, hush puppies. This one. So yeah, 3 hats, £4 each, 12 quid for the 3. Really nice vintage hat. I do like finding these. This one is the hush puppies. It's actually pig skin, pig suede skin, really nice quality. Specially made for Dun & Co. Made in Great Britain, just a really nice thing. Nice feather detail to it as well. Excellent condition, not my thing. I do not suit hats at all. That's my older age is starting to build me into hats, but I doubt it. £4 from a boot sale, listed in April. We're in May now, so this is still just about its first cycle of 30 days, and it's gone for £18.50. So what I call a bill payer, nice and cheap, nice and quick profit. Pair of boots now, women's boots, Fly London. Good brand to look out for if you haven't heard of it. I really need to get rid of these massive boxes. They do my head in. God's sake. Is this it? No, come on. Is that you? Oh my goodness me. I need to sort them boxes out. I don't even know if this is the right one. Yeah, Fly London. Again, I can't show it. I'll stick a picture here. Fly London, really good brand to look out for. Prices have come down a bit from when I first used to find them, but it's a nice Chelsea ankle boot. £10 from a charity shop. Again, listed in April, so first cycle, probably creeping into its second cycle. I accepted an offer of £27 plus postage as well, £2.99 postage. So 27, then again minus the fees, so 12 to 15% fees, but making profit, and it's sold fast again. If it's smaller profits but it's out the door in a month, I don't mind. But going into it, if I find these boots again, paying £10, might think twice about it, because obviously profit isn't as much as some Fly London shoes can be. We're always learning. Next up, we've got our first bit of clothing. This is the clothing wall. The boxes lettered, obviously, as you can see. In my SKU system, it says box C and then free CS NOV. Box C is going to be in box C, just here. And then number 3, I paid £3. CS, charity shop, and then NOV, listed in November. That's how I work my SKU system. Not for everyone, but that's how I like to do it. I don't have to do any of that detail, but I like to put what I paid for it, because obviously I buy so much stuff, I can lose track of what I pay for things. So if an offer comes in, I can compare it to my SKU. So I paid £3, they've offered this, can I accept that? And also when I listed it as well. So how long has it been listed? What have they offered? What did I pay for it? So that's what I like to do with my SKU anyway. But anyway, Boxy, Diesel Industry denim shirt. There you go, and just like magic, Boxy, there it is. It's all packaged up. This is like a Y2K vintage denim thin shirt. the thing that sells it a lot better, like Levi's, Lee, Diesel. Basically, if it has the pearl snaps, you can demand a little bit more money there. Oh, hang on. We've got lava action. This has been on for about 2 hours, and that's the first bit of action. There we go. This was from a charity shop listed in November, so taken a while, half a year now to sell. But I did pay only £3. It's gone for £21 plus postage, £2.99 postage again, minus the fees from £3 into about 18 after fees, maybe 17, 18. Not too bad, not too shabby. Didn't take up too much space, but ideally want it to be 3 months instead of 6 months. Again, so the profit, I've made profit on this one, but for the size and that, maybe won't be doing it again. But we're going down here, not clothing this time. Here we go, this is why. Big old box for not so much profit after fees, but it did sell quick again. Also, I haven't picked one of these up before, so I wanted to do a little experiment, see how they do sell, how strong, how quickly. It's nice weather outside, which I'm guessing helps with a slush machine. But yeah, paid £5 from a boot sale. Again, looking at my SKU, £5 boot sale, listed in May. So yeah, I've literally listed this last week. If it wasn't last week, it was the week before. £5 into £20. I did take an offer. It was listed for 28, but again, for the size of it, it's quite big. Compact, it's all within its box, but obviously with my limited amount of space, it was down here, so it was tucked under, but we've got a nice bit of space back there. Yeah, I can't be making 5s into 20s before fees on something this size, so again, got to rethink that one. But we've done it now. Again, always learning. I know when I see a slushy, if it's not £1 or £2 maybe, then yeah, flipping into 20 even with the box. So it is excellent condition with box, so I'll have to give them a swerve unless I get more space or whatever, but I'm not planning to anytime soon. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll probably heard me mention my backlog of camcorders that I sort of have started a little bit. I'm trying to do 1 or 2 a week. I didn't last week, oops, but the week before that I did get through 4 of them, which is good. And accessories. When I'm in the field, on the boot sale field, in a charity shop, wherever I see a video camcorder, I try and see how many accessories I have with it. So you need to buy the camcorder like it is going to be broken. Don't expect it to be working. So you need to buy it as cheap as possible so you can split out the accessories, get your money back or potential profit there. And it's a Brucey bonus if the item is working, it's got a charger, and then there is accessories that it doesn't necessarily need to go with. They can make even more money. Just like this one. So I've got £9.99 plus postage for this little thing. Just got to find it first. Here. £10 profit. I'm pretty sure the camera owes me £5 to £10. So this has covered the cost of the whole camera unit. Also, the camera was fully working. All I had to do was buy a charger from it from Amazon just to replace it. This thing on its own. This is a mini DV head cleaner. So you put it in the camcorder and then it should theoretically clean the heads and then it should play back the tapes better. I could have put this with the bundle and then the bundle just sells, but it wouldn't really add much value really. Unless there's lots of competition, then this might help it stand out from the competition, more accessories, but it didn't. So I've listed this £9.99 plus postage and it's sold. So it owes me nothing. The camera unit worked that it came with anyway, and I've got an extra tenner. Easy. And look, compare that to that. What one would you rather stock? So far we've had quite speedy sales, apart from one from November. How about an item from February? Last February 2024. Yeah, taken quite a while. I didn't even know it was still here. But it's made quite a nice profit actually. We're going to box H, £10 from a charity shop. Almost coming up to 1.5 years. That is disgraceful. It's going to be near the bottom. Here we go. Don't forget big boxes. There it is. Yeah, it's definitely been here since last year because it's not even in a bag. Once items get pictured, they get bagged instantly. So then they're nicely folded, protected from dust and storage marks, whatever. A little bit dusty actually, that's exactly why I do bag it up. But nearly 1.5 years to sell. What is it? It's a Jigsaw. Jigsaw men's jacket. I think that's why it took so long, because Jigsaw, I'm pretty sure, is just known mainly for women's clothing. They do a bit of men's here and there. But a really, really nice coat. Paid £10 from a charity shop, as I said. Listed last February. That's a long old time. But it has made £44 free postage. So after about 90 days, 3 months, I reduce items, and then after another 3 months, if they're still here, I then do free postage and reduce the price again. Obviously this has happened and happened and happened, so 44 quid plus postage, no, free postage, sorry. Lots of profit there, from 10 quid into 44, but I am not in the storage business, I'm in the selling business, so it's a decent profit, but nowhere near quick enough. And then last sale for eBay, this came in today, about an hour or two ago. Nice pair of boots, going for a year and a half to within the same month of selling. Pair of Lokes, trusty old Lokes. Ah! I listed these not that long ago. Is that you? There you are. Again, from a charity shop, again paying £10. But I listed these literally mid last week, so under a week to sell as well. £10, listed in May, sold in May, 50 quid plus postage. They were aimed high. I was listing these at 90 quid and they were getting in and around that price range. It's just the condition wasn't the best. It was good, like I'd say mid, you know, for you Gen Zs out there, mid condition. If they're very good or excellent, I would be hoping for a bit more. Yeah, 50 quid from a tenner within a week, we're taking that, especially for mid condition. 5 on Vinted, nothing to blow away, just nice little money makers. No fees on top as well, which is the best thing. Starting with a game actually, not clothing or footwear, a game. I do like finding these. Make sure it's the right one. Little travel vintage Scrabbles. Always pick them up, they're always like 50p, pounds, maybe £2 tops. This one itself was 50p. I think this was in a boot sale video maybe. I can't remember if it was, but midweek boot sale, house clearance, 50p, exactly what I said. And yeah, on Vinted, it's gone for £10. Obviously on Vinted, there's no fee, so £9.50 profit. And the buyer has also covered the postage as well. So I just got to print it off and send it out, £9.50 profit. And also that was listed for a week. Easy money. Next up, we've got another longer tail item listed in November again, so half a year. Box I, coming back to the wall. Where's I? There you are. Nice chore jacket. I love a chore jacket. There you are. One of the best brands, it's sort of a Debenhams type brand. St. George by Duffer. You see this in the charity shop quite a lot. You'll see it, St. George. Not really worth much, but this is more for the style. Really nice utility chore coat with the pockets. Again, I put the picture here. Bought purely for the style of the actual jacket instead of the actual name. Found this in a charity shop for £8, listed in November. Sold over the weekend on Vinted, 25 quid. Again, no fees, pure profit. Postage covered. Ooh, more of that please. Vinted to Vinted flip. So got this originally on Vinted, listed in April. So a couple of months, oh no, 1 month to sell, sorry. Going to box E now, which is just here. Should be easy to spot. It's a nice knitwear. There it is straight away. Barracuda. Yeah, Barracuda, I was right. Nice English brand. Their most famous or most popular jacket is the G9 Harrington jacket, made in Manchester. Commands strong prices. Even one pre-owned in decent condition, you're asking like £90 plus. Found this on Vinted. Really nice beige knitwear, made from 100% merino wool as well, especially with the knit. Really, really nice. Sniped on Vinted, as I said, £13.69 it owes me all in. Again, I had to pay that, wait for it to be delivered, then picture it, then list it and everything like that. Back onto Vinted for £30. Obviously, again, no fees. So 13.30, just over doubling up. I'd ideally want a bit more. If I'm paying 13.60 plus the time I have to wait for it to come and then processing that, like 13, I ideally want more, 35.40 minimum. But yeah, it's profit. It's already packed and it's on its way. Subscriber sale now. They've got a nice bargain here. Listed in February, so I'm more willing to take a offer. There you go, right in the front. That's handy. Yeah, this sold this morning actually, again on Vinted. What are they called? They're the Nike Free Terra Vistas. Not sure, but they cost me £7.99 from a charity shop. I listed them in February. So February, March, April, May. So the very end of my 3-month/90 day ideal selling time. Yeah, £7.99. Sold to a subscriber, so thank you so much. £24 on Vinted. That is a really good bargain as well. I think these were listed for like 40, 45. But yeah, offer came in 24 quid. I knew there was no fees. I knew they'd lingered. There's a slight bit of wear to the back, slight bit of cracking. That's why I was willing to take a offer anyway. And it's gone to a subscriber, so even more reason to accept the offer. Thanks for the support, really appreciate it. And then a cheap and cheerful sale, literally just before I came out here to film. Box J's, just for a t-shirt that owes me £1. Yeah, it owes me £1 from a charity shop, listed in January, so not too bad, just over my 3-month, what's it? Again, I can't really show it, but I'll stick a picture again. I was intrigued. It was £1. Something about Nirvana, so I wasn't sure if it was about the band. It said limited edition on it. I wasn't really too sure. Turns out it's like an Indian brand or something, so I'm not really too sure. There wasn't really any demand for it, so I was expecting this to not sell basically. It'll be in the charity shop pile or rag pile, whatever. But yeah, it sold this morning and it's sold on Vinted for £7.50. So £6.50, no fees, profit. We'll take that. Bit of a gamble. If it was something like limited edition, Nirvana, I didn't know if it didn't look like it's to do with the bands, but it was £1, so I took a chance. It wasn't, but I still made profit. So now we come to the very first time Vestiaire sales. I think I'm saying that right. I wish it was easier to say Vestiaire, Versatiaire, don't know. Vestiaire Collective. So as I said, I'm always willing to try new platforms, even though it's not new, the platform, but it is to me and my business. I think I listed a couple of things like 3 or 4 years ago back at the old house. Never really gave it a chance. I literally listed a handful of things, something it didn't sell. I gave up on it. Didn't give it a fair enough chance. But like the past year, I think maybe half a year, I've noticed on Instagram people selling stuff on Vestiaire. Like when people post what they've sold, it'll be on Vinted, on eBay, and then I kept noticing Vestiaire for the higher end stuff. So I thought, why not? I'm on ZipSale. That's what I used for cross listing still. Not sponsored, this bit of message, by the way. That's generally what I use. I use ZipSale for cross listing. So I list on eBay, I upload it to ZipSale, then cross list it to Vinted, and now I also cross list my higher end stuff to Vestiaire, and it's definitely worked. So first sale, I sniped this on Vinted for £16.64 all in to me. Listed in May. I literally, again, listed this last week. Listed to eBay, to Vinted, and then to Vestiaire. Vestiaire got the sale. Box K, a nice bit of Burberry right at the front. Again, that's how fresh it is. Burberry of London vintage wool sweater vest type thing. It's men's. It's a size men's XL, really nice khaki thing, 100% wool. I accepted an offer. It came in at £66.16 the sale, which is very nice. And then it also tells me what I earned after that. So from £66, I earned £63.16. So only a £3 fee there. We're taking that all day. Yeah, the buyer's paid for this item. I just got to download the shipping label and then stick it on and off it goes. Once it's tracked and delivered, they've got 3 days to say if something's wrong with it, and then I get my 66 or 63 pounds. So I'm having that for a first sale. A nice juicy sale there. 16 into 60. Oh, more of them please. But if you thought that was a good profit, this is sale of the weekend. So again, I sniped this item from Vinted. It is a Tom Sweeney item, really high-end London, like Mayfair, Chelsea type. They make luxury suits, like hand measured and everything. This wasn't a suit. This was a cardigan polo top. Bought it on Vinted, all in £20.94, an absolute bargain. It's merino wool and alpaca, like luxury materials there. Size medium, box K. Let me show you. Oh, same box, there you go. The luxury box, it seems. Fine, here it is. Oh, it feels really nice. Tom Sweeney, look out for that name. It is mega money. Posh people money, that. They're really delicate, really nice button-up sort of cardigan polo shirt. If it was my size, I think I did fit in it. I did try it on, it was really nice, but a bit too posh for me. I wouldn't really wear it, and I'd rather this profit, right? Been listed on eBay since April and Vinted, but obviously over the past week or two, been cross-listing to Vestiaire, and it's sold on there. It's sold for £185 before Vestiaire fees. This one looks like it's got full whack fees on this one. So I'm going to earn £160.94 once it's delivered. So £140 profit in that one item of clothing on a different new platform. Come on, that's more like it. Again, just got to download the shipping label so it's automatically tracked on their website. Once they receive it, hopefully they don't return it. Obviously, it's not a guaranteed sale yet. They could try it on, not like it, not their style, wrong colour, doesn't fit. So look, we won't count the sale yet, but £160, £140 profit on a brand new platform. 2 items, £185 sale, £66. Just over £250 in 2 items. If I could do that every weekend on Vestiaire, then bring it on. A nice little pile, not too much packing to do. Obviously there's quite a bit of packing to do, but lots of nice easy stuff. This one will need a bit of padding, the hat will need a box. But yeah, nowhere near last week. I sold the massive tank of a typewriter, everything that was awkward and hard and heavy to package. I sold that last week. It was nothing but packing last week, which is good because it's profit, but then leaves me less time to actually do more listing, more picturing and that, especially my limited time. But yeah, we'll take this. Won't take much time at all to package and send out. Some really nice items again, a nice varied mix, longer tail items, a year and a half to sell, within a week to sell, a couple of days to sell, a couple of months, 3 months, 6 months, literally a varied mix. And that's exactly what I'm going for, a nice varied mix, not just focusing on clothing, not just focusing on hard goods, on a nice blend of everything, so then it then equal out, hopefully, throughout the year. And we'll just continue getting them sales. If you enjoyed this, or if you want to learn more about reselling and me going to boot sales, what to pick up, what not to pick up, the highs, the lows, the fun stuff, the boring stuff, the whatever stuff, then yeah, subscribe to the channel. It'd be good to have you along. Coming up to 40,000 subscribers already, absolutely mad. Appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you in the next one. See you later.